Hey everybody, it's me Arlene, Delicious Delights. So today I want to talk about my favorite fragrance releases for 2023. I haven't tried every single release, you guys. If I remember correctly, there were around 4,200 new perfumes released this year in 2023. Even in previous years, it's been over 4,000. So it is nearly impossible to keep up with every single new release. But I have tried many, especially with the mainstream, more popular stuff. So I will let you guys know which are my favorite 15 new releases that I have tried. They won't be in any specific order, but I'm going to leave my top three to the very end of the video. Also, I don't own very many bottles of these ones, even though I really like these scents. I'm at the point where I don't really need that many more perfumes in my life, but my absolute favorites I do have, at least with a decant that can tide me over until I get a bottle of it. So yeah, let's begin. First of all, Tom Ford Cherry Smoke. By the way, before I begin, actually, I won't get too much into the scent themselves. I have reviewed, I think, all of these. Yes, I've reviewed them or made a video of these ones. I can link everything down there in the description box if you guys want to see a more detailed review of them. But I will just mention it and then maybe explain a little bit of what I think of them and why I think they deserve to be on the list. Okay, so Tom Ford Cherry Smoke. This one has some notes of sour cherry, saffron, leather, osmanthus, apricot, and smoke. So Cherry Smoke, I think I actually like more than the previous Lost Cherry. Also, there's the Electric Cherry. I think both are really, really nice, but Cherry Smoke would be my fave if I could choose one cherry scent from Tom Ford. I just really liked that smoky, leathery cherry note in it. It came off very mysterious and inviting, something that would draw me in closer if I smelled someone wear it. There's just something very sexy about it, especially with that smokiness in it. I absolutely love that fragrance. I don't love the price point. Maybe I can find it on sale sometime, or I can get a travel size. But I do really love Cherry Smoke, and hopefully I can get a bottle of that someday. Next one here is from the niche house L'Artisan Parfumeur. This one I think didn't really get the attention it deserved, but I think it's a phenomenal scent. L'Artisan Parfumeur A Fleur de Pêche. This one has some notes of peach, jasmine, and patchouli. This one was just a very soft, elegant, slightly powdery, sweet peach scent. Very different from my favorite peach scent, which is from Tom Ford Bitter Peach. That one's just a very, intense, dirty, juicy, ripe patchouli peach scent. This one is very soft and elegant and very dainty. I really, really enjoyed that scent for sure. Next up, we have a limited edition Guerlain Shalimar Millésime Iris. So yeah, this was the 2023 version flanker of Shalimar. Last year it was Tonka Millésime, which I got a bottle of. I think it's a beautiful scent. But this year they came out with Millésime Iris. I do have a decant of it here. It's a lovely, lovely scent. I do smell some of the original Shalimar in here, but more so a sweet vanilla powdery iris and that caramel note. It's a gourmandy version of Shalimar, which is so, so nice. I really love gourmands. It's my favorite type of perfume. So I really like that they made it extra super delicious, a delicious version of Shalimar. Whereas with the original Shalimar, I have struggled with for a long time. The original one is challenging. I do respect it for what it is. Sometimes it works for me, other times it doesn't. It's just like all over the place, my opinion with that scent. But this Millesime Iris is so nice. And I really, really like this year's flanker of Millesime Iris or Shalimar. Moving on, we have a scent from Burberry, Burberry Goddess. This was a very, very popular release. This one has some notes of vanilla, lavender, cacao, vanilla caviar, and vanilla absolute. I don't think I've ever heard of the note of vanilla caviar in fragrance before, so that's very interesting. Burberry Goddess to me was a very cozy, warm, soft, fluffy vanilla. It reminded me of fluffy pillows and spraying some vanilla powder on it, or maybe like a vanilla scent with some powdered sugar. It did have a nice gourmandy element to it. I get why it's very popular. It's a very nice, pleasant, wearable, mass appealing, soft, almost creamy, musky vanilla. Beautiful scent. I would not mind adding that to my collection at some point. Back to the house of Guerlain, we have Aqua Allegoria Bosca Vanilla, and this one came out with 2 other fragrances, or was it 3? There was Oud Yuzu, Rose Palisandro, and I believe this one. So I think there was 3 if I remember right. So Bosca Vanilla, I have a sample here, has some notes of bergamot, eucalyptus, solar notes, vanilla absolute, driftwood, and musk. And the reason why I really enjoy this release is because it has this gorgeous, sparkling saltiness to it. It is very bright and uplifting. Sweet at the same time, but vanilla done in a different way. Very sparkling, bright, fizzy, cheerful. And that saltiness is there too. Like a salty, woody vanilla that is shining in the reflection of the sun. Something like that. I do get this salty, aquatic seawater thing in here as well. Very unique scent. I absolutely love it. I love salty vanillas in general, but this one, there's just something so special about it that makes it even extra bright and sparkly. I'm picturing a piece of driftwood that's washed up onto sea. You get that scent of the seawater, which is salty and watery. Also the sweetness of vanilla, and that sparkliness is reminding me of the reflection of the sun on the seawater, but also of glitter. So very bright, and it has a presence to it. It's my favorite from the Aqua Allegorias that were released of the 3. And I think it's so fantastic. Bosca Vanilla Aqua Allegoria. Moving on, we have a beautiful scent from the house of Dior. It's a flanker of J'adore. This is a 2023 version of J'adore L'Or Essence de Parfum. And the bottle looks like that. I have gone through a few samples of this already. I think it's so gorgeous. There was another version, if I'm not mistaken, of J'adore L'Or. I can't remember which year it was. But this one has some notes of jasmine, orange blossom, violet, lily of the valley, and rose. So there's many floral notes listed here. When I smell this, I'm reminded of a bride, a beautiful bride on her wedding day. This definitely gives me wedding day vibes with this sweet, creamy, white floral, which is very elegant and beautiful. It reminds me of a big bouquet of flowers. mixed white flowers, and they're giving off this really nice creamy sweet floral scent. Maybe some extra sweetness in there from vanilla. So it is so classy. I'm thinking of that beautiful white wedding dress with a long train. Beautiful bride, beautiful day, wedding day, and I think it's so gorgeous. Prices are astronomical for this scent, and I don't know. I talk a lot about price now because the price jump has been most noticeable for me, at least this year, even though we've all seen price increases in the past year. 2023, I think, for me was the year where I noticed it the most. And with this perfume, yeah, it was a big jump from what I recall. But I still think it's a beautiful scent. J'adore L'Or Essence de Parfum with a beautiful bottle there. Okay, let's move on. We have YSL Libre L'Absolu Platine. So of course we have another flanker of Libre, and I do have a travel size of it. And this version has some notes of aldehydes, lavender, vanilla, and amber. And so with this version, I like it because of that extra sparkly aldehydic note accord in here. It makes it even more bright, more sparkly. I get also a little bit of a metallic kind of feeling in here. And sometimes I do struggle with metallic notes in fragrances. But in this one, it works very well on my skin. I do smell some of the original Libre in here, but just with that added sparkly, metallic, sharp brightness coming from this metallic feeling. It is not my favorite version of Platine, of Libre. My favorite version is still the Intense version, followed by the Le Parfum version, but this is probably my third favorite. So beautiful. I just love the Libre DNA. And I'm very happy that I found a travel size of it. So next up we have a scent from Dolce & Gabbana. This one was another very popular release that I think most people really like, from what I can tell anyway. Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. This one has some notes of candied lemon, panna cotta, rum, and vanilla. And I really enjoyed this release a lot. This one reminded me of lemon, delicious, creamy vanilla desserts. Actually, with this scent, I think that they could have released it as a flanker of light blue, because it does have some of that light blue lemon in here. In any case, I love this scent. I would not mind adding this one to my collection. I think the opening is absolutely stunning, especially that opening. As it dries down, it's still really nice, but I am hooked on that opening of that delicious creamy dessert, lemon cream pie, lemon meringue, lemon eclair kind of thing going on in there. It is so delicious, and I think it's definitely worth the hype. Another one that I think that is also worth the hype is YSL Black Opium Le Parfum. This one was released earlier in the year, very popular scent, and I totally think that it deserves the attention that it gets. So this one has some notes of coffee, patchouli, and it also has 3 different types of vanilla. There's vanilla Madagascar, vanilla or bourbon vanilla, vanilla absolute, but also there's vanilla orchid. So there's a lot of vanilla going on in Black Opium Le Parfum. Basically, we get the original Black Opium, but they have added a big dose of vanilla, and then they added some more vanilla on top of that. So it's a very vanilla version of black opium, whereas other versions, of course, there is also a lot of vanilla, but this one was the heaviest vanilla version that I have smelled. So I think it's fantastic. Another one that maybe I will see back in my collection, at least in a travel size form. I think it's beautiful, and I just love it too. Now let's move on to a niche scent, Diptyque L'Eau Papier. This one has some notes of musk, white musk, mimosa, sesame, and woody notes. And L'Eau Papier really impressed me. There was this really nice, soft, musky, comforting, cozy, warm feeling to it, which is very clean. It reminded me of fluffy blankets. With a little bit of a powdery sweetness to it. But what I like the most about this scent is that there is this hint of a steamed rice note. And I didn't write it down, so maybe it isn't listed in the notes, but I do remember getting this feeling of steamed rice when you just open the lid from the rice cooker and you get a nice whiff of it. It's a very distinct, soft, warm rice scent, and I absolutely love that smell. Growing up, we had rice pretty much for every meal of the day. In my house, it smelled like rice all the time, so it's a very nostalgic scent for me. But along with that rice note, we get this nice, soft, creamy, almost lactonic milkiness to it, and it is stunning. Now we have a cheapie here. It's a body mist, Sol de Janeiro Bikini Season. This one was released as a limited edition, and it has some notes of guava, coconut, and vanilla. So I tried this one when I was in Canada, and there was only a little bit left in the tester, and they were sold out. And I really wanted to get a bottle of this because I think that it was probably the best guava scent that I've ever smelled. It was very realistic, literal guava scent, had a nice tropical feeling to it. It was sweet and juicy and ripe and beautiful, but it was sold out. So I went back to Sephora like a month later and it was still sold out. And a third time I went back to Sephora after that, I asked the SA, and she said that every time that they restocked it, it gets sold out really fast. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a bottle of this. I wish that I did because I think it's so good. Such a beautiful, fruity, sweet, realistic guava scent that gave me vacation vibes, and hopefully one day I can find it somewhere, maybe secondhand or somewhere, or if they re-release it, that would be really nice because I think it is so good and one of my favorites actually from Sol de Janeiro now. Now moving on, we have a niche scent, Derga Steamed Rainbow. This one has some notes of orange, grass, violet, and vetiver. And so I really liked this one because this is a scent that I connected to the most emotionally. I had the biggest connection with this scent. Out of everything that I've tried this year, Steamed Rainbow is the one that made me feel something in here. It gave me the feels. And it was such a gorgeous, outdoorsy, realistic nature scent. I really love the sense of nature. I'm very much an outdoorsy kind of person. I really hate being stuck indoors. And so when I smelled this, it kind of gave me like outdoorsy, being out in the forest, discovering a waterfall or a body of water type thing or a pond, and just breathing in the nice, fresh, crisp air of that whole scenery. That's the idea that I got with Steamed Rainbow. I still want to get this one. I might get it soon. I'm not sure. But that's why this is on the list. This is the one that made me feel something in here. A very nostalgic, comfortable, warming kind of feeling. And Definitely one to try. I think it is so underrated. It didn't really get a lot of attention at all, but it was such a gorgeous scent and made a big impression on me. Now, finally, we're down to the top three. These are my top three releases of 2023. And in the third spot, we have a scent from the house of Hermes. This is Un Jardin à Cythère. And this is a gorgeous, unique, underrated scent. It has some notes of citruses, pistachio, olive tree, and green accord. And basically, this is a salty, nutty pistachio scent with the scent of olive tree. Think of the olives themselves growing on the tree, but also the branches and the leaves attached to it. The olives give off this salty, creamy kind of feeling. The pistachio, I think of the nut itself, but also that outer shell, which is also salty and delicious. And then you get this really nice green accord in it. It is a perfect scent, you guys. It is so different from what I already own. I love what they did with the pistachio note in it. Usually when I think of pistachio notes, I'm thinking automatically of pistachio ice cream, which I really love the scent of. But this is more of a savory pistachio scent with salty olives, branches, green leaves. And it does have this really nice, soft breeziness to it. It's not a heavy scent, but definitely the kind of scent that you probably haven't smelled on many other people. It is just so different, and that's why I love it, you guys. Such a different scent from anything else released this year, and it's beautiful. So that's my number 3 favorite perfume release of 2023. In the second spot, we have one that I have recently reviewed. It's Guerlain Fève Gourmand. I have my decant here that I have been wearing a lot lately. This one, of course, is a re-release of an older scent, Gourmand Coquin, which was part of their other collection, which I can't remember the name of. I always keep on forgetting. Elixir Charnel. Now it's part of the L'Art à la Métier collection. This one has some notes of cacao, rum, spices, smoke, tea, rose, and patchouli. But in a nutshell, it smells like cocoa powder, hot chocolate, chocolate tea with some spice, and some smoke. And that combo is just so mesmerizing to me. It is a delicious, chocolatey, sweet, powdery, smoky, vanilla gourmand scent. I love how this one performs. It's not a beast mode scent at all, but it is one that stays on skin for the entire day, so you don't really need to spray a lot on. It is just gorgeous, especially the whiffs that I get from it as I move my hands when I talk, and I spray it like here and also in my inside elbows. I would get these beautiful whiffs of chocolate, hot cocoa, chocolate tea, and spices and smoke throughout the day. And I'm just so happy to smell it all the time. Yeah, this is one that I think I'll have to get in my collection. At least I can get a decant, more decants of it, or maybe just bite the bullet and get a bottle of it sometime soon. We'll see how it goes, but Fève Gourmand, worth the hype, 100%. Yes, definitely. And finally, my number 1 favorite release of 2023. It's another one from the house of Hermes, and it's called Tutti Twilly d'Hermes, with his super cute little bottle with the nice little white hat and the bow here. And this one is my holy grail lychee scent. It has some notes of lychee, ginger flower, and musk. Yeah, this is a realistic lychee perfume. It is the best lychee perfume that I've ever tried. And I also get some of the original Twilly in here with that ginger scent in it. Although the notes say it's ginger flower, I also smell that nice, spicy, fresh ginger note in here. But that is overshadowed by this realistic lychee note, which is juicy, fresh, delicious, watery, sweet, ripe, refreshing. It is perfect. So yeah, this is definitely one that I will always have in my collection. I love it so much. I have been on the hunt for the best lychee scent for a very long time. And we have it here now in Tutti Twilly d'Hermes by Hermes. My number one favorite release of 2023. So that was my list of my favorite releases, 15 releases of 2023. If you guys have tried these scents, I would love to hear which are your faves. Down in the comments, what are your top 3 releases? Top 3 fragrance releases for 2023. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to read about that. Thank you so much for tuning in to this very long video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.